Indie games are always trying to come up with fun or new creative designs for their games, and that's exactly the case here with Blue Collar Astronaut now on the PS4. But does this game end up reaching for the stars, or does it just end up colliding with an asteroid? Blue Collar Astronaut is one of those games that has a cool gameplay mechanic, but unfortunately, that gameplay mechanic ends up wearing a bit thin a little bit too quickly. In the game, you're playing as well a blue-collar astronaut just trying to make a living. There's a driving school aspect to everything as you're trying to better your skills, and there's also pizza delivery where you're going to have to go around and, well, deliver pizzas to try to earn some money. The entire gameplay concept revolves around trying to drive a car in space. You're unable to brake, so you have to turn the car around and use your thrusters and boosters to try to go the opposite direction to try to make sure you can get to where you're trying to go. And while this is a very interesting idea, unfortunately it becomes very frustrating because you have a very hard time ever hitting exactly where you want to. For the driving school side of the missions, it's mostly just trying to take off and park in specific locations. Sometimes it's just one spot you need to get to, and other times you'll have to park in multiple spots, basically landing within the region for a couple of seconds. Once that goes through, you then move on to the next one. You have to be careful, of course, to land safely so you don't end up bumping into the walls or other things around and end up blowing up. The game is fast-paced, though, that if you end up dying or if you want to restart at any point, you can get right back to the start of a mission like that. In the pizza delivery, this changes things up a bit. Instead of just having the points where you have to park, which is still included, you may have to deliver pizzas to vehicles that are actually traveling in space. You'll also have sometimes dealing with UFOs that are trying to blast you out of the sky and stop you from delivering pizzas, using warps and teleports in order to get around the map that you're currently on. However, there isn't a ton of variety here. Once you've seen a few of the concepts, you'll be seeing them throughout the course of all of the missions. The game does have a little bit of charm. There's the shop that you can end up spending some of your money on a few luxury items, and I like the catalog that they use for the items to buy. And there's a couple of cutscenes here and there that kind of showcase a little bit of humor, but it's really not a whole lot overall. If you end up checking out the game and can get into the gameplay mechanics of not having a brake in order to stop your vehicle, and you like the idea of trying to manipulate the physics and the boosters to try to get exactly where you're going, instead of becoming frustrated by the fact that cars seemingly will never go exactly where you want to, or the slightest bump ends up causing your vehicle to explode, you're probably going to have some fun here with Blue Collar Astronaut. There is an overall good amount of levels, though, for the different jobs, and while it changes up things a bit, it just doesn't change it up enough. From the technical side of things, though, everything did run smoothly. I didn't run any major glitching, crashing, or slowdown of any sort. Blue Collar Astronaut is available on the PlayStation 4, and it does feature a full trophy list, including a Platinum trophy. In the end, it's a fun little game, and I really do like the concept. I just wish it was a bit more refined, and there was just a bit more variety to the overall level designs. With everything said, though, I'm going to be giving Blue Collar Astronaut a 4 out of 10. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this review. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.